What's up, interwebs? This is Millerhood Sports. I am Nick. Michael's on my left, and
Richard's
as
always,
it has been, and Richard is on the bottom.
Richard's always on the bottom.
Seems like it. So, what's up, guys? The draft happened on Thursday. We made our attempt to live stream it. It didn't go so well, but
The NFL draft.
yeah, the NFL draft 2020. I thought it was pretty good. There were some picks that I was not expecting, and especially in the first round. And freaking Patriots did what they always do. They traded out of the first round for more picks.
Yeah, they did.
So, Richard, how did you feel about the draft?
The draft, the NFL draft, where the Miami Dolphins picked.
The window being open.
What?
No, the window being open. Of course, the NFL draft.
Yes, I'm very pleased. The Dolphins drafted Tua Tagovailoa, and then they proceeded to draft him a brick wall with which to play behind. Was that Tiffany?
What are you doing? This is a sports show. Let's get your guns out of here.
What's happening? What is
Monetize it.
happening right now?
Don't. You're going to summon her. Oh, my God.
That's great.
Just breaking kayfabe here. Just breaking the fourth wall. Now they know we live together.
Nick, they knew that before.
The secret's out. We've been busted.
And yet they're on different phones.
I know that we're all brothers. I don't know if they all knew that.
Well, if you're looking at this screen right now, Michael, if you're looking at our faces, one of these things is not like the other.
Oh, I regret this so much now. I regret it so much more now.
Nick, it's you. Your beardless face is not like our faces that have beards. Anyways, back to the Miami Dolphins. I loved their draft. They drafted some players. They're building their offensive line. They're building their defensive line. They even picked up some secondary guys and one Swiss Army knife, that guy from Navy that plays like every position. And then they drafted a long snapper because why not?
They picked up a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Well, if you can't beat them, stab them, I guess.
It's called strategy, Michael.
Hey, shank people. That's what you got to do. It is Miami after all.
I don't think we need any more like criminal charges in the NFL.
That's funny coming from you, Patriot boy.
Oh boy.
Did you see that yet another Kansas City Chief has been arrested?
I did not see it because I don't watch sports.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, dude. They didn't have any luck with that team, like their players.
Arrested for.
It's not their players that don't have the luck. It's the people that are related to their players that don't have the luck.
What was he arrested for?
I can't remember. I just saw him passing Kansas City Chief player. I should know this.
Well, you brought it up. So.
I didn't plan on talking about it. I thought we were just talking about the draft, and then I randomly mentioned the Kansas City Chief guy getting arrested. But either way, the draft was great. Anyways, what was the biggest surprise of the draft night for you, Nick and Michael? I'll ask you both the question. I will ask Nick first. So Michael, wait till Nick completes his response, and then once he's no longer responding, you respond.
Okay, I think it was night one, but the surprising thing, and I think a lot of people are surprised, and I think a lot of their fans are mad. The Packers moved up to draft a quarterback.
Jordan Love.
Like, you don't get the guy weapons. They didn't draft one receiver ever. Like, they didn't draft one receiver in this draft. And they drafted a quarterback who's going to replace him. He's going to replace Aaron Rodgers on the Packers. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
Did you see the reason why?
I don't know. There was reports. I was looking at there's something that said there were reports about the fact that the coach was tired of Aaron Rodgers.
Matt LaFleur is tired of Aaron Rodgers and all his prima donna stuff.
Yeah.
And he did it as a power play to say, hey, now you have to compete for your job, Aaron. And that was that. How many quarterbacks have less weapons than Aaron Rodgers and still lead their teams pretty well?
Not a lot.
No. How about Russell Wilson?
They weren't. They didn't get. I mean, were they they're in the wild card game of the playoffs?
Well, the Packers made it to the NFC Championship game.
Well, that's what I mean. You said
So that's what I'm saying is like, what's the problem? They were one game away from the Super Bowl.
Right.
Well, why the narrative that they have to get a bunch of weapons?
Well, it's just I was hearing a lot of Packers fans talk about it. They said, well, maybe if we got a receiver that a really good target for him to throw to, that they could get better.
It's weird. I think I've heard this story before. I'm just saying there seems to be a thing about fan bases of deeply entrenched Hall of Fame quarterbacks complaining about getting those quarterbacks weapons when things don't go their way.
Well, that's not a problem.
Maybe it's not the weapons.
Well, it's not a problem for me anymore. My quarterback went to freaking Tampa, so.
Tampa Bay. Michael, what was your biggest surprise of the draft night?
Well, it just happened. I was surprised to find out that there was more than one night.
Oh, if you were expecting one night and you had so much fun that first night and somebody says, hey, there's a night two, you're like, we get to do it again? Yeah!
Yeah, it's surprising.
Very cool. Any other interesting things you felt from the draft? Was there a team that you thought drafted very, very well?
I know Nick was upset about one.
What was he upset about?
Oh, okay. This makes no sense to me. The Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts. Why?
Did it hurt, Nick?
You know why they drafted Jalen Hurts? Because their other quarterback gets hurt all the time, so they figure they bring in a quarterback whose last name is Hurts, just so it makes sense. It's just
that joke.
I dislike the fact that he went to Philadelphia. I dislike Philadelphia. I don't like the fact that Jalen Hurts went to Philadelphia.
Born and raised.
I thought you just don't like any. I think you just don't like anybody.
He doesn't like any team that has defeated the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I don't know if you caught that. He hates the Giants. He hates the Eagles. He constantly badmouths Carson Wentz, even though he's a franchise quarterback. It's pretty funny.
It's pretty hard to be a franchise quarterback when you're barely playing in any game.
I don't know. Tell that to his Super Bowl ring.
The one he didn't play in. Yeah, I'll tell it to his Super Bowl ring that he didn't play.
Still got a ring, didn't he?
You just wanted him because he's from Oklahoma.
That is why he wanted him.
Why don't you like your home team?
Because I don't have a home team. I think I've explained this. And don't say it's the Dallas Cowboys. It's not the Dallas Cowboys. Because last time I checked, there is no Dallas, Oklahoma. And I did check. There is no Dallas, Oklahoma. So, Dallas, Texas. Dallas, Texas. And it's the Dallas Cowboys. And the Dallas Cowboys are not my team.
The Dallas Cowboys are obviously the home team for those in Oklahoma. There's not even a question. The Oklahomans love the Cowboys so much that their state university's mascot is the cowboy, the Oklahoma State University Cowboys. So, I mean, yeah, there you go, Nick.
I'm a Sooners guy, so I wouldn't know.
Well, just because you don't know something doesn't mean you're right.
I mean, your state motto is "We're not Iowa." I'm just saying.
Oklahoma, it's a state that is incredibly self-aware. They're not the greatest place on earth. They're not ridiculous like West Virginia, almost heaven. Come on. Really? Dial it back, West Virginia. Want attention much? No, Oklahoma is the okay state. They know who they are. Like, we're not bad. We're
Yeah.
not bad, but we're not. Okay, we're okay.
I don't
We're
know.
okay.
I don't know why you don't like New York very. I don't know why you don't like New York. I mean, your state animal's a buffalo.
What's wrong with the buffalo?
Nick doesn't like New York.
Well, that's a city in New York.
Isn't it the Buffalo Bills?
Yes, but they're technically the Buffalo Bills. They're not the Buffaloes, which is kind of weird because their logo is a buffalo. It's weird.
Didn't Nick like them?
It's a bill anyway.
I don't know. Like, buffaloes don't have bills like ducks do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand unless it's like the guy Buffalo Bill. That was a guy back in the day, wasn't it?
I guess.
Isn't that like?
But that'd be like calling the Dolphins the Miami Tupacs or something. You know what I mean? It's just it's weird.
Football teams have weird names. I mean,
Yeah, like
Bills. What exactly is a Steeler? Like,
Oh, they made steel in the steel mills. Pittsburgh was a steel town.
oh, okay.
I know that if you did some research.
Yeah, Nick.
I'm not doing. I don't care enough to do the research to figure
That's
out.
terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, so, anything else happened on draft night that you thought was particularly interesting?
Not really. I mean, I thought teams they drafted pretty well this year. Like they no pick besides like the Packers pick that didn't really make sense to me. There are teams pretty much picked, I would say, pretty well this year. Like, and every pick kind of made sense where they're going.
Outside of the Patriots, I would agree with you. The Patriots drafted 2 tight ends.
Yeah, that was weird to me. But they were like drafted in like the later rounds.
And they drafted weird players. But I mean, the Patriots are never a flashy team on draft day.
No.
And they just keep winning, so it's hard to say anything bad about them. Also, you got to hand it to Bill Belichick. He's sticking to his guns. When Tom Brady went down, he's like, Matt Castle's our dude. I don't care. We're going to roll with Matt Castle. And then even with Tom Brady, when Drew Bledsoe went down, he's like, yeah, we're going to go with this Tom Brady guy. You know, even though at the time it was a terrible decision, according to everybody else, because this Tom Brady is some 6th-round draft pick that nobody knows about. Who the heck is this guy?
Right.
And the defense literally had to carry him to his first 3 Super Bowls. And you can't say that it was him, Nick. He didn't kick a field goal. You can say, who got him in the position? No, just the defense carried him.
He did get
It's
them in
ridiculous.
position. He got them in position.
It's absolutely ridiculous, Nick. It's ridiculous. Anyways, he's going to stick with Jarrett Stidham. He's like, I won with a 6th-round draft pick before. I can win with Jarrett Stidham. I won with Tom Brady. I can win with Jarrett Stidham. That's what he thinks.
No, it doesn't matter because him and Gronk are now Buccaneers.
Gronk and Tom are Buccaneers.
I called it.
You did call it, Michael. You did. I just don't think it's going to – I don't know. Like, I hope the best for the Bucs. I never wish ill on anybody. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work. But I could be wrong. I don't
know what to expect. I have hope that Jarrett Stidham's going to be good, but I still have the memory of him throwing and pick 6 on literally his first pass.
You mean like Tom Brady threw a pick 6 on his last pass?
Oh, gosh. I can't wait for this year to start just so I can get it over with.
The Dolphins have a quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, and we'll get to see him play next year.
Hopefully it starts on time.
Yeah. I thought the Vikings had a really good draft. I thought the 49ers did really well. I thought the Colts had a really good draft. CeeDee Lamb falling to the Dallas Cowboys. Oh my gosh, is that team loaded yet again? Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott. Now they got CeeDee Lamb. Got another receiver that's pretty good too. It's just crazy.
Like first 4 picks, right?
What's that?
Weren't you guys' first 4 picks, right, or something like that?
First three.
Yes. Basically, our first 4 picks were correct, and then the 5th pick that Dad should have chosen Tua Tagovailoa, he chose a tackle, which is ridiculous. The Dolphins, fortunately, far smarter than our father in regards to football, chose the franchise quarterback Tua Tagovailoa sitting there at number 5. We hope he's a franchise quarterback. We don't know. We'll see.
I was listening to someone talk about the whole CD Lamb thing. Like, he dropped to the Cowboys, and now he's going to be a Cowboy. But now they're talking about the fact that, okay, Cowboys coach Jason Garrett, he got fired, right?
Yeah.
So they have McCarthy, and Dak Prescott got franchise tagged.
Still not signed.
He hasn't signed it.
Well, I mean, he's not showing up for anything until like the right times. I don't know if he signed it or not, but he still doesn't have a deal is what I'm saying.
Well, they're talking about since the coach left, that they don't know if they're going to re-sign him unless he proves that he can be re-signed, because they were saying, okay, the reason Dak Prescott maybe is not doing so well is because the coach was there.
But who's saying he's not doing so well?
Well, not
like his numbers are insane.
Not being completely because the Cowboys aren't exactly they have very average seasons. So they want to see, okay, was that the coach's fault or was that Dak's fault? Because Dak is the leader of the team. So now the coach is gone, it's like a prove it thing. Can Dak prove that he is the leader of this team, that he can win? He can get this team to like the playoff or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I am very surprised that they have not given Dak a deal yet. It's pretty telling. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, if they believed in him, it wouldn't be a question. You don't let quarterbacks of that caliber get away from you if you believe in them. But it reminds me of the Redskins. No matter how much you wanted them to, the Redskins just did not believe in Kirk Cousins. They franchised him. He played his butt off, and they let him go. They let him go, and the Vikings ended up signing him. And the Vikings just extended Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
So it is a whole big ball of wax.
Sounds like
It's weird. Anywho. So who's going to win the Super Bowl? Early predictions. Gun to your head. Nick, who wins the Super Bowl this year? Come on, hurry. Pull the trigger.
Patriots.
The Patriots? That's ridiculous. Michael, who's winning the Super Bowl?
the Browns.
The Browns are going to the Super Bowl, and not in a figurative sense this time.
You're due, right?
One due's better than two. All right.
Who you got?
Dolphins by 50. Anyways, let's move forward. Anything else, Nick? The NFL draft was great. It was really fun. Most watched NFL draft ever, largely due to the fact that there is literally nothing else to watch. And the NFL did a great job. Everybody keeps saying, oh, they did a great job. It's a bunch of Zoom calls. I get it. It's a little bit more detailed than that. And there were no technological snafus whatsoever. Everything was just perfectly seamless. It was great.
Really?
Yeah, there were no problems.
None?
None.
Really?
Not one problem.
To death at Microsoft's own event.
Not an issue.
Wow.
NFL draft, it's finally over. We know where all these players are. It was great. Some of the teams had really great drafts.
What happened to Elor Newmore?
You know what? He didn't get drafted, oddly enough.
Not for that.
We predicted him. We had him mocked in the first round from the jump. So The Jets went another way. The Browns didn't take him. We were wrong. We were wrong on Elor Mlumor. He didn't get drafted. Maybe he'll sign with a team as an undrafted free agent, and be able to show people what he's really got. And we'll go from there. Plenty of people in the Hall of Fame who weren't drafted, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Don't give up.
Yeah, Elorm, hang in there, buddy.
Maybe there'll be another spring football league, and he'll go join that.
Your time is yet to come. Your time will come.
That's right. Absolutely. Elorm Mlumor. All right, cool. Did you see that Jay Ajayi quit football and is now a professional FIFA player?
So he quit football?
Yeah.
He's from England, so.
No. Let me clarify. I don't mean he plays soccer now. I mean he's a professional FIFA video game player.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Some esports team signed Jay Ajayi to play FIFA. He doesn't play football anymore. Now he pretends to play soccer and gets paid to do it.
Hey.
That dude has a Super Bowl ring.
He does.
If it pays,
and an esports career.
If it pays, it's a job.
Wow.
It does pay.
That's awesome.
Esports is coming, man. A lot of people are investing a lot of money in it
right now.
It's literally the only sport that can go on right now. So they should be making all their money, like, as much as they can right now. Like, they should be hosting events, like, every week.
I don't think it's going to go away. I think it's going to grow. I think it's going to grow and grow and grow.
Yeah. Well, like, that's why, like, they should be hosting, like, events every week. Like, that's how popular that they could become. Considering that there are no sports going on. I mean, they have wrestling, and now apparently Dana White is going to be hosting an event somewhere, maybe.
Did you see that Vince McMahon is selling the WWE?
Yeah, he's selling the WWE. Like, it's not going to happen.
Who's going to buy it?
I don't know, some billionaire.
No one would buy it at this point. Like,
be Terry. And you know what? He should do some infomercials. You can become a brother.
That's right.
Like,
buy it now.
Like WWE is having to fire people. They're they're $billion company. They're having to fire people because of all this. I would imagine AEW is probably gonna have to fire some people too.
It's a fan-based business.
You know, this is a crappy situation for everybody. So, I hope after all this, we just can come together and watch sports and just sort of, after all this is over, it was just like if we can go back to the way it was, or just like go back to a reality that it could be. Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen? I mean, eventually all of this stuff is going to be gone. They're going to host live sporting events again. That's not going to go. It's not going to be gone forever.
Right.
It's going to happen. It's just they're already reopening some things, man. It's just a matter of time.
This is just another thing. Nothing to worry about. I mean, be concerned, be vigilant, be smart. Stay away from people. Wash your hands. Don't lick anything, and try to avoid touching things that other people have licked, and you'll probably get through this thing.
How do you know what people have licked, Richard?
You don't, Nick. That's why it's funny to say that.
If you have to think twice, don't do it.
More. Me too. See? She was being safe.
I guess.